personal mixtape. So the interesting part about this mixtape is normally I do a thing where I find the artist that you want, or that most people, that the people who are the subjects of these like, and I try to find songs from those artists that maybe they haven't heard or whatnot, and then I try to slip in a song or two that I think they should hear that might be similar to those people. Did not do that this time. A majority of these songs are songs that my dad already knows. And ironically, they're songs that he would sing to me on car trips. So like one of the coolest things I think now, that when I think about it now, is, and there are other people in other walks of life who do a similar thing. So if someone does this with you, see it for the actual, the person that actually cares about you. See you for the honor that it is. So my dad would drive around because he built security bars for houses. So we drive around, or we'd be going somewhere anywhere. It wouldn't be like a specific drive to go do a thing, to go see this thing, but he'd be able to point out, hey, I built that, or hey, we put that up, a few years ago. And I think about that now, and I'm like, that's actually super cool, because you can see when someone's proud of the work they do with their hands, and you can see that the work they've done has stood the test of time, and you get to appreciate it with them. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And the other thing in my life that stood the test of time are all of the things that my dad talked to me about in the midst of these songs, or taught me in some ways in the midst of a lot of these songs. We used to think that we is the wrong word. Although I think people think that when you're younger, you think you know everything. And the truth is you don't. You have less experience in the game of life. So when someone tells you that, they're gives you a hint, or they give you some kind of anecdote, or they tell you a personal story, it's important. You should listen to it. The phrase my dad used to use for that is, I am giving you this advice for free so that you don't have to pay for it later. And that has always reminded me of The Gambler, a song by Kenny Rogers, because in a lot of ways, the older character in that song is trying to impart wisdom on this younger guy that he's on the train with. And so I always thought that was one of the life lessons that my dad was always trying to tell me about. But like many of life lessons I've learned over the years, and not just from my dad, but like from people who, other older people that I know, or people I've met at the Highland Games, people I just run through during the course of my life. Friends of mine even teach me. People are always teaching me stuff when they think I'm not looking, or when in these candid moments where it's like, oh, make a mental note of this thing. And one of the other mental notes that I made along the way reminds me of the message, actually. What's funny is that the message, at some point next year, I'm going to do a list of rap songs with a specific formula. So the message is, I've equated it through other study as a representation of one of the 9 sociological theories of crime, which is social disorganization. So it's the theory of crime that I identify with most. But in this case, it's also a symbol of my dad as a younger man identifying with the struggle of being a young father and starting a family and trying to make that all work. It is, in effect, a testament kind of to where he was at the time. But he knew all the words. He's like, he could tell you, he could say them to you But when he was definitely on the chorus, when I would watch him sing the chorus to me, I could see it in his eyes. He's like, no, I'm trying to do this. Like, I'm trying to, it's a struggle. But it's also a testament to his perseverance through that struggle of getting, of making it. Because we made it. We weren't hungry. We didn't see, we came, I think we came out okay in the end. There's some new songs at the end of this list that I'm not going to talk about because these are the surprise songs I always put at the end of those. The song I was surprised that he liked was the Juice WRLD. It's not Juice WRLD. I say it's Juice WRLD and it's not. It's Skywalker. Oh, by Miguel. Skywalker by Miguel. Featuring Travis Scott. And it's because he loves the chorus. And when I listen to the song, it is about one of the things I learned this year that he keeps trying to tell me. Which is don't take the moments in your life and don't take the moments of the people in your life for granted. Like don't just be like, oh, well, I can see them tomorrow. I can call them the next day or whatever. No, if someone's like, hey, will you come do this thing with me? Go do it with them. If it's on your mind to call somebody because you hadn't talked to them and whatever, call them. Because you don't know when you're going to get the chance to do that again. I think about today as this whole year. Like this, I've dubbed this year the year of tears in other videos, and there are a lot of people I know today going through some things, and that song is indicative of even just remembering people who you've lost, of just the memories and the good times and that kind of thing. I think Skywalker kind of fits that. The last song I want to talk about real quick in this mixtape intro is The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. So I was like a little kid. I was a little, very young, and I have this memory of my dad used this really cool van, and we were leaving my grandparents' house from a holiday, and The Chain came on, and he was vibing to it and singing along with it. And I'm like, this must be what good music is, and it is. Fleetwood Mac's one of my favorite bands, and so it's just like I say, it's all these songs have been an example of, or a moment where I can point to and go, he was teaching me something and I learned from it. And my mom's mixtape in some ways is going to be similar to that. But I wanted to say, because this is going to premiere on my dad's birthday, so happy birthday. And thank you for all the stuff that you have done and continue to do in the lives of me and my family, and our family, the crew. And I hope you have a good day and watching good football and eating good food. So, I will see you soon. Happy birthday, happy new year.